Hi, I'm Erin D'Elia from MindMe, and today I'm talking about my full morning routine. It is so important to have a morning routine, even if it's diced up, it's short, it's long, it ebbs, it flows. Part of living an intuitive lifestyle is knowing when you have time to do your full routine and having time to move a shorter routine. But all in all of these morning options are available to you depending on what it is you're going through at the moment. One of the things that I never really cut out of my morning routine is my journaling. I find so much solace in getting my thoughts out, combining what I was doing in my sleep and my dreamland to my conscious thoughts and what I'm going through each day. So I invite you to come along with me as I show you my entire morning routine. It is first thing in the morning and you roll over after a great night of sleep, or maybe not. And you just lay there and take the time to bask in the space between your unconscious dream realm and waking up and becoming conscious, and allowing yourself to sit there in a meditative state, or lay there in this case, and soak in what you're thinking, soak in what you're feeling, what you remember. Even if you don't have a memory, this is a really potent time where you can learn about what state your body's in, what state your mind is in, and kind of subconsciously what you're trying to integrate and recognize. And so I definitely enjoy this part of my morning the most because it's the most important 15 minutes that you're going to get. It's also to tell me how my day's going and what challenges I'm going to be facing. So I definitely like to spend this time soaking it in, at least 5-10 minutes of just letting it integrate. When I'm done with that time, I then like to get up, and the first thing I do is drink as much water as I can humanly take in at once. Clearing out your GI tract is massively important. You've been laying there for hours at night, and you need to clear out what's going on in that area. So lots and lots of water, as you'll see through this whole process, and just, getting up and getting ready for the day. So the first thing I really like to do as I'm drinking my water is skin brush. That's right. That organic little brush is something I use to give my whole body an instant morning lymphatic massage. It also exfoliates my skin. Definitely when I'm working out, it definitely helps move all of that fluid that's causing pain in my muscles back into the body to be processed. So it's very healing. It also helps build a lot of circulation in and around the body in some of the areas that tend to be a little bit harder to get. Now, normally when I'm doing this, I am not dressed, but for the posterity's sake of this video, I'm definitely dressed for it. So starting on each exterior limb and working upward towards the core of the body, paying special attention to all of our crease areas, as you can see behind the knee, the inguinal areas, the arms, the armpit areas, all that kind of lovely stuff in between. It is a very cathartic morning wake up, but it's also one of the other really amazing things you can do to help maintain the health of your body. So once I am done with my skin brushing, I instantly go downstairs because, well, I'm a coffee person. I'm sure you are too. And while I'm making my coffee, I first pour myself a glass of hot water. And in the morning, I make the decision whether or not to do a blackstrap molasses for minerals or a lemon water. Now, I kind of just play it day by day and mix it up throughout the week, but especially when I'm working out, I want that extra boost of heavier minerals that can be found in the molasses. And so I put maybe a teaspoon or 2 of molasses in my hot water. I like a little bit of powdered cinnamon, organic of course, in it, and I will drink that while my coffee starts to steep. It's another way to help flush your whole system so that you don't have any of the remaining toxins in your GI tract. It causes your organs to detox as you're going through your morning process, and all over is just a great way to start the day. Now, another little thing about making coffee, for all the coffee drinkers out there, that box of baking soda, putting a pinch of baking soda in your coffee before you drink it helps balance the alkalinity of the coffee itself. So overall, good idea to help maintain digestive health and stomach health. And so just making it, I am a total coffee snob, I will admit that out loud. and I definitely enjoy it fresh, ground, and in a French press because I aspire to not put any plastic in anything that is hot or being heated. So one of the next really important steps of every morning, and this is actually something that I don't skip in any way, shape, or form, is my journaling. And journaling for me can be a lot of different things, but the first and most important part outside of puppy cuddles, I will not open up my computer until this portion of my morning is done. So if I'm having a busier morning and I've got more demands of my time, this will be the most important part where I will not open up any computer or device until I've accomplished it. There is something genuinely profound about the act of writing and journaling specifically. Journaling does not need to be, hey, dear diary. It is more of a reflection and integration of what is going on in me, what overwhelming things or what happy things. It could be a few sentences, it can be paragraphs and pages. But every morning I write either what my intentions are for the day, what I was processing from the day before, what I was dreaming about, if it was really intense, if I felt like the message was really intense. And so I really take this time to not only enjoy my coffee and sit down with it, but to really get down and honest with myself about what am I doing? Who am I showing up as? Who do I want to show up as? What am I aspiring to be? What am I actually being? And sometimes it's not even writing. Sometimes I'll just put a word that I'm identifying with in the middle of the page and doodle around it. And I really just take this time to open and free flow and feel and think and integrate in the physical realm of writing. And so in that way, writing and journaling takes on an entirely different perspective. Every morning, it's getting ready. Now, how many of you spend your day getting ready and it's just this automatic process and you like drag yourself into the shower and you make yourself like smell pretty or whatever, and then it's just an act that you use to get ready for the day? And so one of the things that I definitely work towards in this manner is taking this time to really appreciate my body. I use a lot of very natural products in my day-to-day products because I really want to age gracefully. And so I find the less lotions and potions that I tend to use, the better my skin responds, the better my perspective on my body responds. And so I really take a lot of time in this process to look myself in the eye and say, I love you, Erin Rostelia. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you, body, for working. I really appreciate you today. And whether it's just tying my hair back because I'm going to have a more active day, putting on the makeup, doing whatever it is, but genuinely appreciating this self because it is a reflection of who I show up as. And that's really important for my audience and for my day-to-day life and my family and my friends, because the more vulnerable and genuine I am, the more I am able to be there and hold space for others to grow as well. And so it's something I invite you to really check out and see how it resonates with you about showing up every day and taking the opportunity to look at yourself in the eye, in the mirror, and say, hey, I love you. So the most simple part of my morning is really making my bed. How many of you do not make your bed? Really? I mean, outside of Sunday, the day that you strip it and you wash it, making your bed is an accomplishment. It's simple. It makes you feel good. And it gets your day off right. You don't have to worry about it. And when you come home to come back to bed, it's there. It's made. It's ready for you. It's inviting. It's a simple practice of joy and gratitude that you can give yourself every day. And I highly recommend it. So the final part of the morning for physical activity. That's right. You get it. It's time to sit down, meditate, and then do some movement. So for me, I like to set my timer when it comes to the act of meditation because I'm the kind of person that could sit there for a really long time because I'm super enjoying it, or I could sit there for about 5 seconds because my mind is everywhere but where I need it to be. So for you, I highly recommend pulling out one of your devices, setting the timer on it, and making sure that the ending noise is a very pleasant noise. It's not like, the annoying alarm clock noise, because nobody wants to hear that coming out of meditation. And it does actually add to the container space and how much you're showing up and how much you're going to want to come back to showing up on the mat. So taking the time to do your breath work, to enjoy being outside. I highly enjoy being outside no matter the temperature. For doing my meditation, I feel like it's very grounding for me. I love the nature noises, and for my practice of yoga as well. And as I move from meditation and into yoga, my yoga practice is not my full Amrit sequence. I usually spend the first part of my morning stretching and feeling and breathing into the awareness in my body by feeling out my joints, by creating space, by grounding on the floor and really enjoying whatever I feel called to. So this practice changes every morning as well. I try to make it about 10 or so minutes of really ensuring that I'm setting myself up for the greatest success every morning, irregardless of what I'm doing for the day. And so whether this is a 3 or 4 sequenced asanas where it's really just stretchy, or if I'm doing a little bit of cultivating, of building up of my energy, I definitely invite you to join me on my other videos that I've got for full length yogas or shorter yogas, more leg yoga or arm yoga or back yoga. But it's definitely a practice that everybody should get into in the morning, especially as you get older, especially if you are somebody who uses their body to work every day, very hard work. It's just something that I know will maintain me for the rest of my life and will keep me moving happily for that time. So last but not least, it is time for breakfast. After I've cleared the system, after I've cleared my mind, and I now need to fill my body. For me, I am a liquid breakfast person. I enjoy smoothies. So here you can see me making one of my favorite morning smoothies. I will take fresh fruit from the local produce place and I will freeze it in chunks. And I will mix it with some local raw goat milk that I get from some dear friends, chia seeds, more molasses, a little bit of agave nectar, kale. And this ranges all the time. But some of the more core staples is that I definitely use either grass-fed, organic, or raw milk. I use a pea protein, I use chia seeds, fresh fruit, and greens. This is the magic mix for me in the morning. After I've done all my movement, after I've done my meditation, my body is ready to receive. And one of the things that I like to do as I'm drinking this in the morning is the eating meditation, where as I am sipping and as I'm making, I am grateful and I'm practicing gratitude that I have food, that I have a place to make this food, that this food is nourishing my body. It is giving me the blessing of continuing my life here. And that's really important because 1, not everybody has that. And 2, to exist in that level of comfort is a huge blessing. And so I ask you to take the time every time that you eat or drink throughout your day to give thanks, and not just because it's something your parents or grandparents told you to do once upon a time, but because you truly are grateful for this life that you have and for perpetuating it in the best of ways.
Hi, I'm Erin D'Elia from Mind Me, and I invite you to join me on my journey as I show you how I've created the bridge to healing the connections between my soul, my mind, and my body to help end a lifestyle of pain and suffering and to live the life I've always dreamed of. With all of the material that I'm bringing forward to you, I hope that you are able to build a path that embodies all of your dreams as well. So please like and subscribe to all of my info. And with all of this content, I hope that you are able to build a bridge where you are able to live the life you've always dreamed of. So from now until then, my friends, subscribe and like and follow along as we build this journey together. From now until then, aho, so much light and love.